Senator Elizabeth Warren was viciously attacked by a Republican congressman. Raw Story reports here. Senior House Financial Services Committee member, Representative Blaine Luetkemeyer, told a conference of bankers Wednesday morning that they needed to, quote, find a way to neuter Senator Elizabeth Warren. Luetkemeyer was at an American Bankers Association conference in Washington when he made the remark, also calling Warren the Darth Vader of the financial services world. Damn. According to Allied Progress, Luetkemeyer is an old friend to the banking and predatory lending industry, receiving more than $1 million in campaign donations from them. I wonder why he's so on their side. He's also scored more than $63,000 from predatory payday lenders, which Senator Warren sought to put out of business with a bill she proposed in 2014. Damn. So this story is so telling because it shows you the difference between the two parties, broadly speaking, but to be more specific than that, the difference between somebody who's an actual liberal, an actual progressive, and who's fairly principled versus somebody who's corrupt and bought off. So it's not all Democrats are like Elizabeth Warren, believe me. But you do have somebody who's rare and somewhat principled in Elizabeth Warren, where she actually gives a shit about this issue, and she actually cares about cracking down on Wall Street and regulating efficiently to make sure the economy doesn't crash. And you have this jackass on the other side who's just oozing corruption. He's bleeding corruption. I mean, look at what he said. You need to find a way to neuter. He's on the Senior House Financial Services Committee, which should scare the shit out of everybody. And he's talking to a conference of bankers. And he's like, yeah, I'm on your guys' side. You guys should make as much money as possible and fuck over the American people in the process. I don't care. But you got to find a way to neuter this person who's trying to actually fix the system and regulate it and prevent another crash and, like, help the average Joe? What? That's so stupid. She's the Darth Vader of the financial services world. The Darth Vader. No, see, to normal people, they'd look at that situation and they'd say, no. Flip it. Now you got it right. The financial services world is the Darth Vader. She's the good guy. How do you not see that? No, it's amazing. And actually, we have the answer. Because he's so immensely bought off that he's like, yeah, no, I'm with these guys. And understand, maybe I'm being too hard on him personally because it really is a problem that's baked into the system. Because anybody, it almost doesn't matter how principled you are. I mean, there are some exceptions, 1% maybe of the politicians, 5% at most, who can somehow rise above it. But most people, even many good people who originally go in with good intentions, once you get a taste of that sweet, sweet donor money, there's no turning back. So $1 million from the financial services industry, $63,000 from predatory payday loan lenders. I don't know about you guys, but if somebody gives me $1 million or somebody gives me $63,000, I'm probably going to take that phone call. I'm probably going to listen to their concerns. And who am I going to care more about? Them or a random grandma in Wyoming who has an issue? It's not even close. And this is what we mean when we say the U.S. is now effectively an oligarchy or a plutocracy or a kleptocracy. It's government of, by, and for the rich, of, by, and for the super wealthy multinational corporations, of, by, and for the donor class. So they give to politicians, they get what they want, they rig the government and the country in their favor and the economy in their favor, and the middle class, the poor, oh, forget it, you're nothing. You're pushed aside. And when anybody comes along from within the system to try to actually help you, people say, you need to neuter her. Neuter her and understand that she's the Darth Vader of the financial services world. No, she's the Luke Skywalker of the country actually trying to do the right thing. And how backwards is this world now when somebody who actually tries to regulate the, Wall Street and regulate the financial services industry for the benefit of everybody and to make sure the economy doesn't crash and to work in favor of the middle class, when somebody does that, they're a pariah. Oh my God, gross. What are you doing? You're not supposed to care about the people when they elect you? What the fuck is wrong with you? How insane is that? And I've told you guys, I have personal experience with something Elizabeth Warren did where it just shows you her character. So she came up with the idea of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I remember I had a credit card that was stolen one night when I was drinking all night in the city. And I had to call the next morning to cancel it. Hungover in a terrible mood. And the person tells me on the line, well, would you like identity theft protection for, your next card? Because that's something you might be good, because look at what happened now. You don't want this to happen again. So I said, sure. Yeah, why not? How much is it? $5 a month, $10 a month, yeah, whatever. That's fine. So I say yes to it. Come to find out, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau looked into the various credit card companies, and many of them were doing this. And they weren't selling anything. So they would tell you, hey, we're going to do identity theft protection. It's this next level stuff, which is going to help you. And if something happens like this, you're all good. But it was fraud, because they weren't actually enrolling you in any program. They didn't actually have any extra perks. They didn't have a system set up where it would help you. Nothing. They would just say that and then take your $5, $10 a month, whatever it was. So I get a check in the mail, and, it says from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the credit card company was ripping you off. There you go. Now, if it wasn't for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and people actually doing financial regulation, the credit card company would probably still be ripping me off. I'm not a dumb guy. And this is something where, because I was in a bad mood, I had just gone through this, I was vulnerable at the time, because I just lost my card and I was hungover in a trillion different reasons, they took advantage of that. Well, Elizabeth Warren and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau come along and say, no, we're not going to let you do that, bitch. You're going to fucking rob this person? That's fucked up. No, return the money. And then people look at Elizabeth Warren in Washington, they're like, oh, gross, cares about the people, wants to do actual regulation of the marketplace. Ugh, fuck off. Darth Vader, neuter her. I think you guys can see very clearly who the good guys and who the bad guys are.